everybody. Well, we're going to go, oh, wow. Let's go face view. How's everybody today? Hopefully a few will tune in a second. It's just gone, oh, it's 1 minute to 10. So I'm a little bit early. But we'll pop up and I'll wait for a few people to pop in before I change my view. Oh, hey, Kerry. I'm going to put it on my iPad as well, just so that I can see what's going on. I probably should sign into the Zoom too, just to check to make sure that... Hi, Marg. Everything is going okay. Oh. Go. Oh, there you go. And I've just got to turn the volume off. Hi, Trace. Oh, side view is not great. What's happening? Not a lot. I'm just waiting for a few more to tune in, and then I'll change my camera view, and then we'll get going. I'm just going to duck into Zoom just to make sure nobody's there. Sign in. I wonder if I can join a meeting. Join. I'll see if anybody's there. Hey, Dawny. You just saw I am live. That's right. Yeah, I decided to change it to Facebook Live. I seem to get more people that way. Zoom. Last night I did a Zoom session with the cricket girls, and oh my God, it was so frustrating. I can see nobody in there, so that's good. So yeah. Hi, Karen. Hi, Dawn. You meant to do it on the thingy. Hi, Carol. I missed you. Now, once I change the camera around, I don't think I'm going to be able to see who's in here. So I will pop up from time to time to say hello, because I'll have to stand up and have a look. So go away. Why is that? Go away. Yeah, I don't want to hear my voice. Hi. All right, I'll give it 1 more minute and it'll all be good. So I will give you a little bit of background about what we're doing today. It's nothing really techniquey today. It's more about tone-on-tone use of cardstock and some mink papers. And then it's something that's current for the current situation. There's a little bit of stamping. I will have kits available. I'm going to the kit that I'm going to demo today, because I've already done the layout. I'm going to not stick it down, but I'll piece it all together so everybody can see it. And I'm going to monitor the Facebook live for a couple of days. And based on somebody's comments, I'm going to mail out the kit to whoever I draw out of the hat. So I'll go through and that sort of thing. So the way to get your name in the draw is to be sure that you comment on the activity. Even if you're watching afterwards, I will see it. And say Monday maybe, I'll jump on, have a look, see who's commented, stick your name in a hat and draw it out. And whoever the lucky person is, I will contact, and they'll get this half cut kit or mostly cut kit for them. So that'll be pretty cool. All right, I'm going to flip the camera because you don't want to look at my face. Hi, Lenore. Hi, Narelle. Who else has popped in? Hi, Jill. Oh, we got a little crowd. Awesome. Everybody's been waiting for this. I hope. Are you all going stir crazy? I hope not. All right. Oh, I'm a bit shaky. All right, I'm going to flip this and I'm going to put it up, and hopefully it's going to be good. So the first thing you're going to see is page 2. Oh no, backwards, right? All right, and just give this a little tilt. If you have any problems, like with what I'm showing, just send me a messenger message. At least that's going to make a beepy noise. I think that's okay. I'm looking at it on my iPad. Yeah, good. All right, so let's get this show on the road. So I'll flip it and change it to the first layout. I took a leaf out of Angie's book and I put a little bit of sparkle. So this layout is inspired by a consultant in Canada, Jennifer Smith. She's awesome. I think I need to turn the camera a little bit. And she didn't do specifically this, but she did something else and it was pretty cool. So, hang on. I shall move this. So I've adapted it to the coronavirus situation that we've got happening at the moment, and in theme with our Let's Stay Home stamp set. So this stamp set is $34. CTMH have just released it for this current period. Document your stay at home. It's awesome. Or you're locked up in solitary confinement like Kerry. I do need to move this forward a bit more. Hang on. Sorry. Hopefully that's better. All right, so it's got it's something for the crafters. Keep going. You have been trained for this. It's got play, because I know last weekend, stuck at home with the kids, we played games. We played Monopoly. We played Uno. They loved it. They fought over it, as you always do with the Monopoly. But it was also great because, oh my goodness, doing maths with the kids, you know, the money and the banking and the retail and all that sort of stuff. Or real estate, not retail. So that was interesting, bit of schoolwork there for them. We've got Let's Stay at Home. Home is where the heart is. Current events. So petrol is so cheap at the moment. We still can't get toilet paper in most places. You can't get flour, rice. Document all that. It's going to be a memory in the future. Like, who'd have thought we're going to go through this? Together all day, every day. They reckon, and this is really sad, they reckon domestic violence cases are up 40% at the moment with this social isolation and all that sort of stuff. So really sad, but we're together every day and we're going to test each other's patience, but we just need to make the best of this situation. What's in the news at the moment? So yeah, so that's that stamp set. It's called Let's Stay Home. I've got an order going in this weekend if anybody would like one. It's a bit fun. All right, next, what else have we got? Okay, so the CTMH blog last Thursday, I think, released some cricket SVGs that you can use. Possibly, I don't know if they use SVGs in a silhouette. They certainly do in a cricket. So that's what I had a class with the girls last night, how to download the free SVG. So that's this one, Let's Stay at Home. I did a multi-layer with that as well. So what they had was just the outline, the blue bit. And so what I did, I went and hid the contours and hid all the inside bits so that I could cut the solid shape underneath. I've also used a cricket cartridge, I think it might be Artistry, and I cut the houses out of that. So I've cut blue and white houses. I will be doing kits of these if anybody wants them. Just comment on the post, send me a message, whatever you like. I'm featuring the mix-in papers. So this uses 2 sheets of our current mix-in papers. So mix-ins are an extra pack that don't have a specific theme, but they match with the papers in the collection that we already have. So this one's quite lovely. It's got a florally pattern with a check pattern there. That's a sort of, I don't know if I'd say lilac. That's the colours that's in it. So lilac flowers and lilac stripes. This one is one that we're using today. So that's a mink. I'd call it a mink geometric pattern. And then it's sort of got like a stripy, wood panelly, distressed sort of pattern on the back. It's got a really nice zip strip as well. Then you've got this one. It's a pink, like paint splattered distressed paper, and then it's got pink butterflies on the other side. It's really nice. Excuse me. And then this one here you've got the blue circles pattern, and then there's a sort of hexagon pattern on the back, and then it's got the zip strips. So I'm going to show you how to do that one. Put that one on top. And then there's a blue dot, and then a blue doily sort of pattern, which is really nice. So as I said, today we're going to use the blue circles, and we're going to use the geometric mink pattern. So I'll put that in the bottom of a pile. So the mix-ins are 6 sheets for $13. And you'll see where I've used those in a second. Few little things in here. I have used a bit of 3D foam tape. I'll tell you that as I go through. I've used the silver embellishing thread. What else? I've done a little bit of edge stretching using a sponge. This one here I'm featuring, I've used the hearts out of the little houses. So if you buy a kit, they'll be all in there. And then I've got In the News, Read, Play, and the little houses that are in that stamp set as well. Again, 3D foam. So let's get started. I'm going to put this aside. I haven't written up the instructions per se just yet. I've got them all handwritten. So I will read them off. I haven't pre-cut anything, so I've done this kit, so you're going to have to sit there and watch me pre-cut it. That'll be okay though, because you'll be able to go back and cut along with me if you watch the video, which is also why I decided to do a Facebook Live. All right, so in my kit, I've got my papers. So I need to put them off to the side. I've got my shapes, my houses, my hearts. I've kept my hearts. I've got our circle. I've just got a piece of glitter that I'm going to cut my shape out of. There's a glitter overlay. Houses, I ripped one, so that's all right. I cut it in half. I cut them in half for the layout anyway. What else will you need? I've got the blue cardstock that I cut the title out of. That will be enough for the photo mats. Go away. I'll just put all the stuff I've got to cut there. I've got an extra sheet of white there to cut photo mat placeholders. You don't have to cut that if you don't want to. You don't have to stick to my photo sizes either. You can change. And then I've got 2 base white sheets. So I'm just going to put them off to the side. All right, so I'm going to start with the cutting. I need to have my trimmer around the right way. You all go cranky at me because I use mine different to everybody else, but that's all right. I find it's easiest. I'm going to get rid of this plant. It's annoying. To cut your 1/4 inch zip strip while it's still stuck to the paper. So I'm going to cut the zip strip basically in half, but I want them both the same. So sometimes the zip strips can be a little bit bigger. And in this case, you'll see that there's a tiny, tiny little bit. My voice keeps dropping out. Thanks, Dawn. It could be because I keep turning around. Sorry. All right. I'm just going to... Oh, and I had a lolly in my mouth. Whoops. Just going to cut a smidge off there, because that's that extra bit of zip strip. Chuck it on the ground. It's all good. Don't laugh. It's not funny. All right. Next, I'm going to cut my 2 1/2 inch strips of this geo pattern, or hex pattern. There's 2 of those by 12. Okay, so that leaves me with a 12 by 11 sheet. And so the sheet that is on the layout is actually 11 inches across. So I'm just going to turn it around, and I'm going to cut 2 lots of 5.5 by 11. So that's 1. Did you notice that when I cut my cardstock, depending on what piece it is, I have the colour side up? It's just so that when you cut, sometimes you get an edge that is pushed down. So I always like to have that at the bottom. So I've got a spare bit. That's extra, don't need it. I'm just going to stack this here beside me. I don't have a lot of room. That's all right. All right, now next I want this pattern. So it's the same again. I'm not going to cut this zip strip in half because it hasn't been used in the layout. I'm just going to cut it off, put it in my discard pile. but I am going to turn it this way because I want the zip strip pattern across. Well, it's not a zip, but that piece pattern across rather than long ways. Oh, my iPad's going to die. That's okay. All right, so again, I've got an 11 by 12 inch sheet of cardstock. Now, this piece is going to be cut at 4 1/4. So if you have a look at this pattern, you can see it's got like a 3/4 inch strip full and then full squares. So I'm actually going to cut from each end. So I want 4 1/4. Which should just about line up with the line. See that? And then this one here is a smidge bigger, but I can fix that. Just because I want everything to line up nicely. So I'm just going to turn this around after cutting along that line and just cut a little bit off. If you don't care, you don't care. It's all good, but I care. All right, so I've got those 2 bits. So I'm going to leave that bit is a spare bit. Right, now I'm going to cut my blue. I'm running out of room. All right, check my instructions. So I've got to cut 3 lots of 4 1/4 by 3 1/4 and 1 lot of 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. So turn him around. I'm going to do my biggest cut first. So these are your photo mats. They're all double matted. And I'm going to cut 4 1/4. That's 1 photo mat. And then I'm going to cut, turn him around this way and do 4 1/4 so I don't have to do too many cuts. Chuck that one away. My last one, I've got to do a 4 1/4. Here we go. So these are not much left. So I've already cut my hearts, I've already cut my row of houses, I've already cut my circle, and I've already got my outline. So that's all there in that little pile. Next, we're going to cut the white. Oh, actually, I might cut the silver glitter, get it out the road. So this one is a bit bigger. It's 6 1/2 by 4 1/2. So, oh, sorry, that's not meant to move. That one. Get rid of that. In the road. All right, last but not least, I've got my white to cut. All right, so the white, I've got 2 lots of 12 by 12, so that's a base. And I'm going to cut, I might go a 6 inch because I want my photo mat is a 4 by 6. So I should be able to get all 4 out of that. So I'm going to do a 4. And then I'm going to do another 4. That didn't cut all the way through. And then I need 2 lots of 3 by 3 and 1 lot of, oh no, 2 lots of 3 by 1 1/2. that's it for the cutting. And you go, thank God that was boring. All right. So what do we got? Yes, yes, yes. Happy days. It's all there. All right. So I'm going to jump in and do the stamping next because get that out of the way. So I'll move my little book away. I will post those instructions. Or if, again, you'll get full printed instructions. All right. So a couple of techniques that I will show you. So that's for my stamping. Right. All right. I'm going to stamp with sapphire and mink ink. And you're thinking, what does she use mink on? All right. I'm going to start with play. Remember 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, whatever. All right. Hopefully my head's not in the road. I'm just going to stamp that in the center. Just going to do a bulk lot and then I'll go back and do this distressing and then the next thing. I'm going to go in the news. I also had current events was another one. You could, rather than in the news, so it's entirely up to you what you use. If you buy the kit, I will put both in. So one. Oh, I know, there was one thing I forgot to cut. I'll have to go back to do that. It's 3 by 1. All right. Houses. Again, completely optional, but I think they're cute. And I better get my... So there was one piece I didn't write down, and that was 3 by 1. And that is for our little extra title on the first page. And it's called Together All Day, Every Day. Now it's going to be a tight fit on that. Or perfect fit, whatever. So that's that one. I think, oh no, there's still a little bit of blue stamping to do. I'll put that away though for the second. All right, so this is where there's one little technique that comes in. So we have this old stamp set. It's called My Favorite Things, and it's got some awesome lines on it. I've got no doubt that you've got something that's got lines on it. There's a new Stitch one that's got lines. Stamp set, you can just draw lines if you want to. But anyway, here's a little tip. So I position my thing I want to stamp the lines onto a ruled mat, and then I've got my post-it note. Everybody should have a set of post-it notes in their regular kit, and I'm going to use this as a mask because I don't want the lines right to the edge. So, and then I use the lines to make sure that my post-it notes are even. All right, so for this one I'm going to start at the bottom, mink ink, and I'm stamping my lines, and I'm just going to do 2 rows, and that's it. Oh, you get me. Then the next one is news. I'm going to stick it on there again. I think I had it too far away from me. It's gone. The cleaner will get it. So this one, I'm actually going to do a 1/4 inch in from one side and a 1/2 inch from the other, because I'm going to put my little dot points. Right. And I'm just, oh, that's crooked. I'm just stamping 2 lots of those lines. Next, I'm going to do these ones, because you can write down what board games you've been playing or what you've been reading. Obviously, it's completely optional what you stick on there. If you own the stamp set, you can do whatever you like, whereas if you buy the kit, you get stuck with what I put in for you. So I'm just going to do one set of lines on this one. I'm going to come back to that one. And if you get your lines lined up right on the edge of the post-it notes, you can probably get all the lines in the same spot. So if they're all crooked, that'll be fine. You did it on purpose. I'm an idiot, I know. All right, so that's it for the lines. Now, before I said I did a 1/2 inch in on one side, and that's so I can put this little, I think it's a little flower, but I'm using it as a bullet point. Oops. Right, so there's a little bullet point. And then I have a feeling so I'm just going to do this one reverse because the other one, oh dear, I dovetailed it, but I had the dovetail at the other end and I stamped it too close. So there you are. Think about that. Think about where you want your dovetail. Now, I've got a sponge here somewhere. So we're going to do a little bit of distressing. Remember last year we did all those techniques? So this is one of them, just a sponge. So it's just a round sponge that I've cut into 8. You can cut out a circle and staple it to the top and write down the colour that you want. This one's just a new one, so I haven't done that yet. And I'm going to do that to all of these. That one. Alrighty, I think that's it for the stamping. Goes all the way. Got a bit of a mess. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to stick my photo mats. I'm going to stick everything together and then I'll go through and do the assembly. All right, I got my runner. Now, I'm not sure if you've all seen, but Close My Heart is having a big party for me for my birthday. Just kidding. But they are having a massive national scrapbooking across the 5 countries that we're in. We're in Japan, Canada, the US, New Zealand and Australia. So they're having a big virtual National Scrapbooking Day event on the 2nd of May. And I think it's over... Don't quote me, it could be over 2 days, and they're going to have prizes and heaps of fun stuff. They are going all out at the moment. They're such an amazing company and they're doing their best for us. Guess what? Fabulous news to wake up to this morning. The Toffee Shimmer Brush is finally in stock. So I definitely have an order going in. I think I've got 10 sitting there because I've got a couple of people that have already asked me for it. So given the shipping time frames, it could be a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks before we see it here, but it is coming finally. All right, I did put a little bit of foam tape between the silver and the blue on the large photo mat. And I'm just using our thin thickness foam tape. I don't know if that was somebody messaging me. Ah, great news. That was Dawn. The seashell sequins are also in, but they've been in for a little while, but unfortunately my order has been caught up and is sitting in California and has been since the 23rd of March. CTMH is doing everything they can. They worked out that FedEx is better at shipping at the moment, so they've actually cut off our landmark, which comes via Australia Post, because it just doesn't seem to be coming out of the US. It's only essential items at the moment. So that's our photo mats done. 1, 2, 3. All right, are you bored yet? Is this boring? I'm looking for comments. All right, so we've got our houses. So the houses, I did the same. I used thin foam tape in between them. So I'm just going to stick one set down. I might stick the little set because it won't take as long. And I'll show you what I did there. Because like I said, I'm not going to stick all this down. I'm just taking you through the process. Be sure to give me some feedback. Is this the type of thing you want to see? Like something to not be bored at home doing? I'm hoping to do this every week. So Wednesday, there's the husband. So Wednesday nights I'll do cards. Friday nights, hopefully I'll do cricket. And then Saturdays I'll do one of these workshops. All right, so at the moment they're the same, but if I flip them around, it's perfect. So that's what I did. I just felt when I put it all together, it needed an extra little bit of dimension, so I did a white layer in the background. Dawny, you'll be pleased to know I'm not sweaty today. I've turned the aircon on. Last night I was getting frustrated and it was warm and yeah. So, whoops. So I stuck that on. And then what I did, I used some thick foam tape on the back. The husband's been out hunter-gathering. He's got some projects in mind to be doing while we're stuck at home. I'm finally going to get my picture rails up so I can stop having paintings diving off the wall or pictures diving off the walls. Nothing worse in the middle of the night when something goes bang. Scares the living daylights out of you. All right, so that one I used the thicker foam tape, and so it's going to be the same process for these others. As you can see, that one's ripped, so but that's all right. It'll hide in behind, and you won't even notice it. But then I just cut that one in half. Right. So just imagine that's done. All right, next. Okay, so this is where the liquid glass with the applicator tip comes in really handy. If you're sticking anything to glitter, just to be safe, I would normally use a bit of liquid glass as well. So foam tape works pretty well, so normally you wouldn't have to worry there, but I wouldn't just use tape runner to stick this down because you're not going to get a good long stick, I don't think. So I'm just running a little bit of liquid glass around with my fine tip applicator. I had to shap myself a new one because my head was a little bit clogged, but I've got it soaking in a cup of water with some soap, and hopefully the other one will come good. It's only when you bend the tips and that you have to upgrade for a new one. This is be like watching paint dry too. As you can appreciate, once I start, I've got to keep going. Now you don't have to have it over everything. Doesn't matter if you skip a little bit. And this doesn't dry straight away. It takes about 15 minutes, so you've got a little bit of time to run it about. Geez, he's making some noise. Hello, husband.
Hello.
I'm recording, husband.
Good.
Don't be noisy. I'm talking to people. Good boy. He's been shopping, hunter gathering.
Guess what?
He bought me a hammock. What?
$40.
Yes! Did you buy two? No wonder you asked me. You better go back and buy another one.
And guess what? We won the lottery.
Yay! You got
4 shops. I got one lot of Dunny Roll.
He went to 4 shops today and he finally got toilet paper. Hallelujah!
Fresh and saved.
Oh, yeah.
Saw people up walking around with it.
Yep.
None on the shelf.
Yep.
Same when I was at Coles, because I went to Coles first.
Yep.
Same at Aldi.
Yep.
It's like, you fucking kids.
I've got people live. Go away. He's so excited. We've had the kids here this week, so they have smashed the Dunny Roll. I think we had about 5 rolls left, so finally. All right. So, oh, sorry. Whoops. That's Let's Stay at Home. Is everybody laughing? He was really excited then. Yeah, Let's Stay Home. That's on there. Now, if you wanted to, you could actually flood your liquid glass over the top of that in there, and that'd seal it just for a different effect. So it'd be like a plastic covered glitter. It'd be super cool. All right, next. I don't think I've got anything left to stick. I think that's it. So now I'm just going to piece together the layout for you. So we need our base sheets. Now there's lots of little bits and cutouts. So right, so how it's going to go together. And so I always use the grid paper. I always have that on my desk because I'm a bit funny about, I like to have things lined up. Sometimes your eyes aren't really great. So how it's going to go. We've got the zip strip goes at the top, the 1/4 inch zip strip. Then this blue pattern goes on, it goes a 1/2 inch up from the bottom and a 1/2 inch in from the side. The mink geo pattern butts up directly against that, and we might just have to give it a little trim. And I've put the 3/4 inch piece on the outside of both sheets. Then you've got the wooden, the back of the mint one that we cut the 1/2 inch. It's going to go straight across. Then we've got the geo pattern or the hex pattern that we've cut that 1/2 inch piece. It goes on. Then we've got, oops, the circle. It goes about a 1/4 inch down from the top and a 1/4 inch down from the edge. We have the photo mat. Now the Let's Stay Home I put on 3D foam and just pop that up a little bit, and then that pattern there comes right up next to it. Then we've got our little houses. So our little houses, I sort of ran them along one of the lines where the circles join there, and they just sat there nicely. I use one of these hearts and that heart. Now, because I've done this back to front, the heart will go on the opposite way. It's up to you where you're going to put it. You could put it down here if you wanted to. That might work. So that goes up there. You see where I'm going now. We'll grab my layout just to have a look. Right, so that's that one. That's this one. So you can see I've put gems there, and then I've just used a little bit of embellishing thread just there. I'll show you how I loop that. So I've got the embellishing thread here. I usually use 2 fingers. So I get 2 fingers and then I wrap it around 3 times. 1, 2, 3, and then cut it. And then I'll pull it together. And then glue dots. I like these bigger glue dots because I tend to roll the embellishing thread in there. It's the easiest way to control this stuff. Otherwise it'll spring apart and go everywhere. And then I get my non-stick scissors and I just fold the glue dot over on itself. And then you're done. You just tuck it then under where it needs to. And if it's too long, you just give it a trim. All right. I'm just going to stick that to the back of there. See? Pretty, isn't it? So that's that. That's page 1. So I'm not going to stick it down because where's the fun in that for you? It's none. All right, next I'm going to do page 2. So page 2 goes together exactly the same as the base page. So we're going to stick our zip strip on. Again, we're going to go 1/2 inch up, 1/2 inch in. We're going to have our minky pattern there. Remind me, I've got to trim that. And if you're really pedantic, you can go and I do check this, I go and line those up side by side as well, just to make sure these 2 zip strips are right. So there's that. Then we're going to go, now it's up to you where you put things. So these went about 1/4 inch in and 1/4 inch down on your minky bit. So I do the 2 outside bits first, just to get the line up right. And then this one goes smack bang in the middle. Then it's just a simple case of I 3D foam these in whatever order you want. Pop those in there on 3D foam or not, entirely up to you. I'm missing a heart, but that's all right, I'll just use this one. I put 2 little hearts up there with some embellishing thread and surrounded them with pop dots. Not pop dots, glitter gems. So you've got one house there. And I think I've got these mixed up. Yep. There you go. And then I put the other one up there. I popped a little bit of silver embellishing thread behind reed, few glitter gems, and you're done. So yeah, what do you reckon? I'm gonna take that away. Oh, I'll show you this last page again, just so you can have a look. So that's that one. So glitter gems, 1, 2, 3, little bit of thread, foam, 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 and I use the thicker foam, and then I use the thick foam behind the houses as well. And then, yep, your little house up there, your little hearts up there, and you're done. So I'll flip the camera and see how we've gone. Wait. Oh, Red Cross just called daily check-in. I make it look easy. Thanks, Carol. Jill. Thanks, Carol. Hi, Jenna. Netflix. A Lou paper stamp on Angie's post. I haven't seen that, but I'm sure there will be one. There's a couple of things here I'm not sure about. Hang and I'll just flip the camera on this stamp set. I don't know what that is. It looks like you could, I don't know, make it a little flower maybe. I don't know. I think that's what little leaves for the flowers. They've got numbers too, so counting down the days, I guess. But anyway, I put a loo paper roll on the t-shirts I did for the girls for retreat. But anyway, that's it from me. I hope you liked it. And yeah, definitely let me know if you're interested in the same sort of thing week about. I hope to do something maybe with the other bits of the mix-ins with a different theme. We might go a bit girly or something for the next one. I've got quite a few ideas to do. So I think the Facebook Live works better because it records. You can go back when you want. So be sure to comment and get yourself into the draw. If you want the layout, make sure you let me know. And if you'd like a kit, let me know as well. I will be doing product drops every week as orders come in. I am holding off doing the one in the bay until the bits of the orders turn up with the seashells, sequins, and the toffee shimmer brush. So have a great weekend, and you never know, I might just pop up and do another little one over the weekend. We'll see how I go. Thanks for watching me. Thanks. Bye.